This is Arkies in the Beltway, your look at national politics and the Arkansans influencing the discussions. I'm Alex Thomas, Washington correspondent for the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette, reporting from the nation's capital. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Arkies in the Beltway for the week of September 15th, 2024. We are just about 7 weeks away from Election Day. Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump back on the campaign trail, working to win over voters in the wake of last Tuesday's presidential debate. Harris putting forward an argument that she is best fit to serve in the White House. Her points included mentioning Trump's role in overturning the national right to abortion and the former president's encouragement of his supporters leading up to the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. Trump used the debate to criticize Harris as a continuation of President Joe Biden's policies, but also to push out several falsehoods. This includes stories about Haitian immigrants in Ohio eating people's pets. There are no credible reports backing these claims. Representative Rick Crawford of Jonesboro offering a blunt analysis of how he thinks the debate will affect both Trump and Harris.
I don't think it moves the needle either way.
Senator John Bozeman of Rogers has a similar take, saying people already knew who the former president was before Trump and Harris appeared on the debate stage together.
This is getting to be pretty late, so people have made their mind, but these are, this is an individual they know very well. It's another one that they don't know so much.
Representative Bruce Westerman of Hot Springs was not impressed with the debate moderators, ABC's David Muir and Lindsey Davis, both of whom corrected Trump at numerous times.
Nothing against journalists, but I don't think journalists should be moderating debates. I think you should have a real debate moderator and really talk about the issues and follow the rules. At the end of the day, I don't know how much difference debates make in people's decision on elections.
Senator Tom Cotton of Little Rock traveled to Philadelphia, the site of the debate in support of Trump. He told NBC News he thought Trump had a good showing. Former President Bill Clinton praising Harris's performance, describing her in a post on X as an extraordinary woman clear up to the job who will bring us together and move us forward. Multiple races will be on this November's ballot, including contests involving all four of Arkansas's U.S. House of Representatives districts. In the 2nd District, which is Little Rock and the surrounding areas, Democratic candidate Marcus Jones criticizing Representative French Hill over a recent campaign mailer highlighting the congressman's work addressing veterans' issues. The mailer in part notes how Hill's office has helped recover lost military medals for service members and includes images of the Purple Heart, Bronze Star, and Medal of Honor. Jones, a retired Army colonel, called the campaign's use of the medals borrowed valor in a social media post. He did not shy away from sharing his disapproval of the mailer in a later conversation with the Democrat-Gazette.
Looking at it, it's insulting.
Jones says Hill has a duty as a lawmaker to help veterans, and this does not make the use of the medals on the mailer appropriate.
He is bragging about something that he should have been doing anyway. He is talking about, working casework. He should be working casework. He should be supporting our veterans. He's a congressman.
In a statement, Hill says the campaign is following proper rules for using military images, arguing Jones, quote, makes noise to distract from the facts. The Department of Defense did not respond to a Democrat-Gazette question regarding if the use of medals is appropriate under DoD policy. Congress right now does not have a clear path to avoid a government shutdown at month's end. The House was supposed to vote on a short-term continuing resolution last Wednesday, but Republican leaders pulled that bill amid disagreements in the small GOP majority. The Senate and House need to approve a spending plan by September 30th to continue funding government operations into the new fiscal year. The Democrat-run Senate unlikely to have supported the House bill, given language addressing voting in federal elections. Representative Steve Womack of Rogers is a senior House appropriator. He says he doesn't know what the House will do.
If we don't act pretty quickly on it, we will defer likely to the Senate, and then we'll be stuck with what the Senate does. I could envision a moment where they pass something over there, short-termer, very clean, send it to us, and then leave town and say take it or leave it.
Options for a short-term spending deal include a 3-month continuing resolution funding the government into the holidays, or a continuing resolution into the new year and new Congress. Representative Crawford already dismissing another option an omnibus package combining several spending bills.
That's as objectionable as any of the other suggestions that are being floated about.
As for Womack, he wants Congress to get something done before the 119th Congress begins its work in January.
I'm a big proponent of this Congress taking care of this Congress's business and not kicking it into another Congress.
Senate appropriators have passed 11 of the 12 annual spending bills, but the full Senate has yet to consider a single measure. The full House has approved some bills as a body, but disagreements within the Republican majority have presented challenges in finishing this assignment. Earlier this year, we highlighted the importance of the Compacts of Free Association to Arkansas. The agreements between the United States and the Pacific Island nations of Palau, Micronesia, and the Marshall Islands allow the U.S. military to operate in these nations in exchange for economic assistance. Residents of these freely associated states may also live in the U.S. as lawful non-immigrants. More than 8,200 Marshallese live in Arkansas, according to U.S. Census Bureau data. Members of the House Natural Resources Committee held a hearing last Tuesday regarding the current status of all three compacts, 6 months after Congress approved extending these partnerships. American Samoa Representative Amua Amata Coleman Radawagan speaking on the importance of these compacts.
The 38-year history of the COFA agreements are a success story of America's commitment to the Pacific allies and the Indo-Pacific region. This story is enshrined in our mutual values and shared interests.
A concern mentioned in the hearing involves health care benefits for veterans. The Department of Veterans Affairs is still working on reaching terms with the freely associated states to administer services. 1,100 veterans of the U.S. Armed Forces live in the Pacific Island nations. Representative Westerman says the Department of Veterans Affairs has not been proactive in addressing the matter.
The citizens of the FAS enlist at higher rates than U.S. states and with high distinction. Congress included the authorization for veteran services in the FAS to recognize the great contribution and sacrifice by the people of the FAS in protecting the U.S. homeland. It is therefore imperative that we ensure that these services are carried out in a timely manner.
Westerman, the chairman of the House Natural Resources Committee, one VA official telling House members the department is working with federal officials and island nation leaders on a plan for delivering health care to these veterans. And that'll do it for this edition of Arkies in the Beltway for the week of September 15th, 2024. You can stay up to date with all news involving Arkansas at arkansasonline.com. You can get in touch with me on social media. My handle is at Alex House Thomas. Special thanks, as always, to the team down in Little Rock. I'm Alex Thomas, and this has been Arkies in the Beltway. Thanks for listening.